Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the March edition of News and Notes. I'm here to get you all up to date. This is Eddie Mike Brown, author of The Impossible Man, author of The Impossible Man, creator of Splatterbomb, game designer of Savage Strikers, deck building fighting game, author of Kana Magi, lyricist of Peanut Butter Jelly Splatterbomb theme. Anything else I'm missing in this array of credentials? I think I got it all. No, I don't. Not really. Artiste of the Splatterbomb characters and Azuna Kusanagi. there goes the other what you call it? Credentials. You're just showing off. What you call showing off, I call sharing my credentials, showing my credentials. Always gotta show my credentials. But anyway, on a serious note, I'm here on a set of author's research video. I'm going to continue my research for Savage Strikers to improve the draft, now draft 102. So I'm going to get you all up to date on what's in store for March and and probably a little bit of April. But a lot of things can change in April. A whole lot of stuff can change come April time. But let's focus in on March, because March is a very long month and there ain't no holidays. Well, at least here in the U.S. So I'm gonna go step by step to make it easy, because there's a lot of shows to cover and a lot of other tangibles. So I'm gonna go show by show first and foremost, and then proceed. As you can see here, I got the Turbografx-16 operating. You can see I got the turbo pad, my turbo pad up, and I'm testing out Bonk's Adventure, and it's already noticeable, very noticeable, that it's very ugly looking. Like, you can see the snow. You can see all that snow. Yeah, it's not really clear. It's not clear enough. Like, this is terrible clarity. So let me just explain the setup for the Turbografx-16, which also goes for the Atari 2600, because they're both running on coaxial cables. Both systems are running off coaxial cables, and they're both piggybacking each other. So basically, I have the Atari coaxial hooked up behind the RF box of the Turbografx-16, and I have it running through the VCR. I got it running through my VCR. Yep, those things. I'm probably the last one on Earth to own a VCR at this point, and I'm using the VCR's composite. No, is it component or composite? Composite, right? The AV. Let's keep it simple. The AV cables. So I have the coaxials in the VCR. Then I have the VCR's AV cables running into this encoder, which I can't stretch out because it's plugged in. Hold on. Yeah, let me do that. Ah! Yeah, that's what I'm using for the upscaler. Oh, and what's funny about this upscaler? You see here? It says, if you can read upside down, this is 720, and this is 1080. And when I switch it over to this, yeah, 1080, that's what it looks like when it's switched over to 1080. It's frozen. And switch it back to 720. So, yeah, I got a very bad upscaler, apparently. I don't think the upscaler is supposed to be doing that. So I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on. Oh my gosh, the world went all crazy. I'm just having a little fun here. There we go. I really love my setup here. I really do, because every time I look at because I'm looking at my screen straight as an arrow. straight as an arrow, and yet I'm looking like I'm looking up at the game screen on the OBS. But what an unintended effect that happened. It never occurred to me all year that I've been doing this. Excuse me. Yeah. This was unintended. How this actually panned out. So I'm real happy about that. I'm real happy because it makes the set even more cooler looking. It's like I'm looking up at my stuff here. I'm looking up at the game screen or anything else. Anyway, back to the point here. So I'm trying to figure out what I can do for that Atari 2600, which also works, just so y'all know. I did check it out ahead of time. Both the Turbografx-16 and the Atari 2600 do pop up on the OBS screen. It just comes out looking like this. So I need some kind of way to, from what I'm assuming, well, I've been trying to find on YouTube videos or anything, but I'm not finding any help, basically, on getting the old Turbografx to come out nice and clear. From what I heard, there's this thing called Hyperkin. I don't know. I don't know if it's really that good or anything. And then there's also getting the Turbo Booster, which is an add-on to the Turbografx-16 itself, at least with regards to the Turbografx-16. There's the Turbo Booster and the Hyperkin. And the Turbo Boosters, which is official NEC product for the Turbografx-16, they're going for a very high price on eBay, and I think over at Amazon. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out, but there is a Turbo Booster, and then there's the Turbo Booster Plus. The Plus is the one that saves games, from what I understand. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Well, if I'm gonna pay that kind of money, then I'd rather get the Plus, so I can have the save feature, which would probably help out for games like Utopia. I think Utopia has a save feature, but you need attachments and add-ons for it, if I understand correctly. I'm not sure. I haven't dabbled on Turbografx-16 since the early 90s, right? When once the Super Nintendo came out? Yeah. Once the Super Nintendo came out, the Turbografx was played sparingly at that point. But anyway, that's the situation. If you're watching this video, please comment below on what on the Hyperkin. If there's any links to YouTube videos showing how it works or anything, I'll be happy. Please spot it up. I'll be very happy to check it out. But I would like to have a little bit more clean looking screen. Unless you all are, unless some of you who are into the whole CRT effect. In those arcade games, the Arcade Archives or Capcom Arcade Stadium, I'm willing to do. I'll do it like this for that old school effect. I got no problem with that. I'll do it. Go for that old school. Be like I got it all hooked up to the CRT. I could do that in character, and I'm willing to do that. But I know that a lot of people who like to watch these videos, like to watch Let's Play videos and things like that, like to see things at 1080p 60 frames per second. So that I guess that would be a taster's choice kind of thing. But I got no problem keeping it like this if you want that nice CRT effect. Let's give it a play and see how well this thing is going, and I'll go. Now the good thing about the pause button is that it stops the music like that. Alright, so far there's no I don't see much on the input lag here on my television screen. Between me, it's reacting very well. I don't even have the turbo up. Where's the turbo? There we go. Turbo. Yeah, I always play Bonk's Adventure with turbo on on the turbo pad. That's how I beat this game so many times. You cheater. No, they put it in this game. That's on them. Don't put what you don't want played. Yeah. Okay. So, anyway, let's get on with the whole spiel here. Let's get on with the whole spiel. Okay, so let's start off with Coqui-san channel. I'm gonna go through all the channels and every single show. So let's start with Coqui-san, and over with Coqui-san, we'll start with Freelance Gamer, and it's going on as normal. The dates and times are not changing in any way, shape, or form. They're not changing in any way, shape, or form. It's going to stay on Mondays and Wednesdays for the month of March. Now, I'm contemplating starting April because I'm already, my schedule's already set for March. But I'm thinking about in April consolidating Coqui-san into one day. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm doing all of this 7 days a week now. And, and I'm going into month number 2. And I'm not stressed or anything, or burning out. But the signs are showing up. And this happened over on my Coqui-san Japan channel. I have a viewer there who joins in the chat, and that viewer pointed out that there's signs of exhaustion during that stream, and I had to stop. Because I was pushing myself very hard, and the thing is that I have a very nasty habit of being a very heavy workaholic. Let me put it this way: Monday through Friday, I'm doing 9 to 5. And on Tuesday and Thursdays, I'm in night school. And then at 11 p.m., Monday through Friday, I'm doing a live stream. Then on Saturday, I'm doing something like this, a video like this, along with the research video. And I'm also rewriting, doing my rewrites of Economatch I Pure and posting that on YouTube. So basically, that's 7 nights of YouTubing. And for me, it's kind of it's more of a habit. It's more of a habit for me, and I'm not taking my health and stuff like that into account, because I am having a lot of fun doing this stuff, but I'm also not respecting health, especially with the global events going on around here. I'm not respecting health, so I'm most likely going to consolidate Coqui-san Freelance Gamer in April. The reason why I'm not doing it right now is because I have the schedules all set for everything. But when April comes around, I'm most likely going to consolidate both shows, and that way I can keep my health going. I have a very good heart. I have a very good heart rate. I don't want, despite the belly, despite my belly, I do have a very good heart rate, and I would like to keep it that way. I have my own exercise regimen. That's why I have a very good heart rate. But that's why with Coqui-san Freelance Gamer, it's status quo right now, scheduling wise, and come April, I'll consolidate it. I will make note of that again for the April edition of News and Notes. All right. So next up, the author's research videos. I'm up to Chenbo now, and I got 2 more research videos to do with Chenbo before I do the update for that. And once I do the update Chenbo, that you see right there, the cards are going to get printed out, and I'll do a couple of playtest videos, and then after the playtest videos, I'll most likely put it on hiatus. Now, there's still a long way to go, but I am going to put the show on hiatus, so that way I can start concentrating on, getting the game published, the core set at least. I do have 9 more fighters to update, and I'll probably do that off show, and I'll move on to another game. I'll most likely move on to another game with this one, to research and playtest and demonstrate. What it is, I don't know. Which game I'm going to do, I don't know yet. I don't know yet which game I'm gonna do, but that's very far into the future. Like, I'm still a long way out. We're talking like maybe let's see, tonight that's week 1. So the 3rd research video is next week. The game update is in 2 weeks, and then there's the demonstration, followed by the playtesting. So that's like 4 more weeks. And then I'm gonna do a couple more weeks of playtesting for all 3 fighters. But I don't think I can be able to get that far with all 3 fighters compared to Nagisa, where I had the same fighter over and over again and make all the adjustments. I'm gonna need to take that out into the field for more major playtesting, which is why the Savage Strikers after a certain point is gonna stop. But it's looking like, the ETA is going to be April. That's going to stop, and then I'm going to put on hiatus and take a break. I still got to look for a new publisher for Splatterbomb, because the publisher never got back to me. So I'm going to be looking for a new publisher to pitch Splatterbomb to, Splatterbomb the board game, as well as a new publisher for Savage Strikers, the deck building fighting game, to get that core set going. And then I'm going to move on to my next game design, which I'm going to do once again with the author's research video. I don't know how long though, but it will be back this year after Savage Strikers. It's definitely not going away forever. So just wanted to start giving you guys start planting the seeds now if you're enjoying watching my research videos and whatnot. Splatterbomb Lounge, I'm going live. I am very excited. The settings are all set, and I'm keeping the settings that way across the board for the sake of sanity. So, I never realized all these years that they're parasites. They're enzymes. But anyway, but yeah, Splatterbomb Lounge Live is golden, and starting Friday, March 5th, will be the first episode. I'll make sure to have everything that I want straightened out. So the big news, the big news is that my character, Ashley, who is the giant bee and a member of the Sky Pirates, is going. Well, she's not really going to be featured per se, but she is going to be like Ernell, because she, I can't do a woman's voice, so I can't really voice her. So, but she is going to be a prominent background character like Ernell. If you've seen Ernell is always at the right side of the lounge, juice bar, and I've had and I made him a prominent character, and also selling. I'm selling merch of him. So basically, Ashley's is going to also is also going to join, and there will be merch with her. I will get to that later. The first game is going to be Crystalis, because I got to try out action RPGs in relation to voicing the characters. So that way I can make sure that I can be able to handle 2 things at once. That's why this is happening right now. I'm trying to this is also part of the practice, to try to play and talk at the same time, because apparently that's a major weakness of mine. But every Friday, 11 o'clock p.m. EST USA, Splatterbomb Lounge Live. I just gotta get acclimated to doing my timing, all of my timings and cues, so that way the show can work out the way it's supposed to work out. But I'm very excited because I'm going to really actualize my original plan from day one of going full-time YouTube. Begin 2 round. So that's all 3 shows, and of course behind the scenes. Any type of mishap that happens and something behind, and I start going behind the scenes, they'll go into the behind the scenes section. I don't know what I'm talking about. Behind the scenes is going to be a very rare thing over on Coqui-san. Alright, so that's the Coqui-san shows in a nutshell. The Coqui-san channel. next up, Akana Magi Official. Coqui-san, Akana Magi Official. I changed the name to I changed the name to Coqui-san, Akana Magi Official, so that way they could how you say, pair up. I guess is the right way to say it. Like the branding, the Coqui-san branding can be noticeable. So that's my writing channel. I should have called it writing maybe. But the reason why is because it's more Akana Magi centric than anything else. Especially since I'm using my Azuna Kusanagi drawing as the avatar. So that's pretty much why. I'm not really calling it Coqui-san writing, because I'm focusing primarily on Akana Magi, and I tend to keep it that way. I gotta try and get the the schedule set so I could be able to continue. Rewriting my fourth draft in my next novel. It's been ever since I started school, it really took scheduling. It really minimized scheduling. And so that's pretty much why I changed the name from Akana Magi Official to Coqui-san. It's just a consistent branding for people who visit the channel, and not get confused as to why is thinking that they're two separate things. There will be a behind the scenes, a new one, but the one that I want to do for the subject for behind the scenes is taking a little longer because I have to get certain things to show you as proof of what I'm talking about. It's very easy to say say things, but if you don't have anything to back up, what you're saying, people doubt you. So I gotta still keep getting my materials together. So that way I could be able to do this properly. There is a very much lot to the story, and if you've noticed, I do have my novel. If you've noticed, I got my novel up there, and it's not gonna be alone. So you're gonna see why. You'll see why when that time, when I get to that. But that's gonna be the next behind the scenes video over at Akana Magi. And another thing is that this is the last weekend right now, February. The volume 1 is coming to an end, and I'll be going into volume 2. I got the gap bridged out nicely. The time gap is bridged out very nicely. And yeah, cheat time. But yes, I'm going into volume 2 in the month of March. I'm very excited now because I really enjoyed filling in the gap with new and original chapters. I like that I was able to flesh out the world building a little bit more and really give the universe a little bit more consistency on the rules. I was able to give it more. Oh, bad landing. I forgot. Okay. But consistency is very paramount with the Akana Magi Pure, particularly the whole universe. So I had to, so I was able to bridge the gap nicely. So this is the last chapter of that time gap, and I should be able to move forward now that I have the rules established. Now that I established the rules a little better, I clarified, fleshed it out, expanded the world a little bit more, and answered certain questions that the Fictionats story didn't address. I wouldn't say plot holes, because I could have taken the lazy way out and cut out certain characters, and not bring in two specific characters in the story a little bit more prominently. That is the parents. I could have still done the whole secret identity thing, but well, the secret identity thing is still a thing going on. But in terms of bringing the parents a little bit more prominently into the story, I decided, I made that decision. So there's probably going to be some slight retconning regarding the Akamatsu family as I get a little bit more further down, because there is some retconning going on, most definitely, starting with Amy, So I mean, it's still the same situation, but being that the gap between Volume 1 and Volume 2 was so fast, and the stories, was such a hard turn. Like, it felt like I gave you the beginning in Volume 1, and in Volume 2 I gave you the ending, but I didn't give you the middle. So this was a great opportunity to really give you the middle and really give you more insight into characters, like Keiko, Shining Star. I was able to give you more insight into her. Really bring a little bit more characters in the forefront. Bring a little bit more understanding of training. Make the training a little bit more interesting, and contrasts and such like that. I don't want to get too much. You're gonna have to read the book. You're gonna have to go into Arcana Magi Visual and read the video books. Okay, they're all there, and they're not going anywhere anytime soon. Okay, and I did update the first chapter. I'm not sure if I noted that, but yes, I did update the first chapter because I did screw it up. I did screw it up when I first published it, so the correction was put there. So the correction was put there and is front and center. So that's it with the Arcana Magi official. Now for Coqui-san Japan. Took me a long time to be able to get to change the name, because I put in Coqui-san, but I didn't think to put in something next to it, and I think it affected my algorithms, because I wasn't finding any Coqui-san channel, anything from Coqui-san channel in the search in any way, shape, or form. So I figured it was because of the name for the Japanese channel, for my Japanese channel, Coqui-san, that it was having the same name as my gaming channel. Despite the fact that I'm using that I have the hiragana and katakana for the title, for the channel name. Well, you'll see when you look down. But my point is that that I made it a little bit hard. For the algorithm, so I was able to finally get to change the name to Coqui-san Japan. I'm very happy that I'm getting views, consistent views. The last two shows, live streams, and I have a viewer who and I got a viewer who's joining me on the channel. So I'm hoping to get more. I'll be very happy. So for those of you who are here watching this news and notes, while who also visit the Japan channel, I'm adding another book, a Brett Mayer book called Let's. I forgot what it's called here. Let's start Hiragana and Katakana. That's being added now. To the queue, and I'll be covering that along with the other two books and Hiragana Pixel Party. Those of you who like video games, yeah, I am playing Hiragana Pixel Party over at Coqui-san Japan, but I do warn you that it is Japanese language only. I'm barely speaking English, but just only in certain situations. So to give you all an idea, basically Coqui-san Japan is my all Japan channel. Is exclusively Japanese. The only English is the links. Everything else is written in Japanese, and I'm speaking primarily in Japanese. No, very, very, very little English is being spoken. It's only circumstantial while I speak English, because I don't have my vocabulary up. I'm pretty much doing this while I'm in school, learning Japanese. So I'm expanding myself so I can reach out to my Japanese audience, try and build a Japanese audience. I'm hoping that Coqui-san Japan will give me the Japanese audience. So for the time being, the show is called Coqui-san and Hiragana. That's the English language. Well, that's what it is. Both English, Japanese. Anyway, my point is that my All Japan channel is very well underway, and I'm starting to garnish views. I'm starting to garnish views now, consistent views. I got 15 views for two straight shows. I'm hoping that'll keep up. I was able to, thanks to my expanded vocabulary, I was able to add in the dates of the showings, and I'm adding something new to the queue. So it's pretty. So I'm very excited. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm very excited for this because now I'm not standing on the curb. Now I'm standing on the sidewalk, but I'm still not in line. I'm still not in line with all the other Japanese, with the native Japanese book writers and mangaka and, well, shosetsuka. Writers, an author of a novel is called a shosetsuka. So I'm not in line with them just yet. So, but I'm at least off the curb. I probably just took one step off the curb, so I'm still looking at the line. I'm not in there yet, not in line yet, waiting for my turn to break into Japan. So that's Coqui-san Japan in a nutshell. Okay, now for the merch, I solved my Splatterbomb issue. I was able to reinsert myself personally, my Splatterbomb trademark that the people I hired to clean up my characters and make it nice and clear and bright messed up on. It's not their fault because I know I've seen this happen before on my end when I tried formatting and my trademark switched over to normal fonts. So I know. I'm suspecting that that's what happened on their end. That it did the same thing to them, and they probably couldn't fix it because they've lost the imagery, because that specific imagery was lost. So it's not that big a deal now. I was able to figure out in Paint 3D how to cut the trademark off and move it into the cleaned images. So I sent in my next characters to get updated. I still got one more, and that's Ernell. And once Bradley, Spraycon, and Ernell are updated, and I get the new clean the new trademark image, the trademark image put back inserted there, then I'll be back into I'll update the merch. I'll be updating merch, and you'll have nice, clean imagery. But just to note, the trademark image, Splatterbomb. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see if I can find it over here. Just give me 1 second. I'll move this on up. Where are the banners at? Here we go. So, here we go. So yeah, the Splatterbomb trademark. That was what got messed up, and I was able to reinsert that. It's not super clear in clarity. It's clear enough. It's clean enough to be able to be put into the package. I know that's, it's not really what you're looking for. You're looking for the characters itself, the actual characters, Handy, Bradley, and them. But I did put that, but I did have that in with the image for a reason. But it's not. I guess you could say it's like 480 if we were to compare it. It's like 480p. So. But at least it's not blurry. That's the key thing. It's not hyper blurry or any of that. So it's all good. It's all good, and I'll be able to properly, update this month, and we'll be golden. I'm hoping this week. I'm hoping I can update the shop, the Splatterbomb shop, this week with Ashley. That's right. Ashley's gonna be the next character that's gonna be put into the shop. And stickers. I'll make sure stickers are available, and then I'll figure out where to go from there with my merch, with all my merch. Okay. What else on the merch side? Just a reminder that the updated Akana Magi, because they all got all the Asuna Kusanagis got nice and clear, all nice and clean. They've been up there for over a month, and they've been available for over a month. They're doing fine, and they're still available. Just follow the links. Nothing much changed on the Impossible Man. On the Impossible Man side, everything is still status quo. I'm still trying. I'm hoping that I can find. It's my hope that I can find a home for the for posters. I'm still looking for a place where I can be able to do posters. I want all the imagery, all the imageries that I got, the Impossible Man, Splatterbomb, Arcana Magi, to all have posters. I really would like posters. Heck, if I could get stickers out of them, that'd be great. But it's gonna take a long time for that whole research. And of course, Peanut Butter Jelly Splatterbomb theme is still available at all the links that you'll find below. So yeah, largely this was a Splatterbomb issue with regards to the oh, I'm dead. Alright. Let me just sit right here. So, that's basically, I think that's it. I think I got everything covered. I think that's it. That's everything covered. Merch, the channels, the shows. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So, I did pretty good. I did pretty good talking and playing at the same time. I don't know why it is I can't do that with Splatterbomb when I'm talking. I guess because they're all distinct personalities and whatnot. Oh well, it's a sad thing. It's a sad thing, and this is a very long news and notes. I know, because when people do their little updates, it lasts like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and for me, for some reason, I always go 30. But that's because I'm always testing these things out. All right. So the good thing is that it works. The good news is that it works. I know it's not a live stream, but at least it works. That's the good news. Is that the Turbografx-16? There's no slowdown. There's no input lag. Nothing. There's no. Especially given that the game is how you say. Piggybacking off of a coaxial through the VCR, through the AV cables. It's going through this whole long Rubberg setup and everything. And the fact that it's doing all of this is great. The picture quality really is crap, but if I have to take it like this just to give you a Turbografx-16 game, a Turbografx-16 show, then so be it. And then so be it. But yeah, comment down below if about the Hyperkin, or if there's something even better, or if you can find me a turbo booster that's not gonna break my bank. I mean, it's going as high as $500 from what I understand. But I don't. But I would like to have the turbo booster better because it's an official product. And I'm saving up money. I've been saving up money, so I'm willing to cash in on it if I have to. I hope not. It's a little trippy. Anyway, I'm going into the wrong places here. I'm going to the wrong places on this show, on this Demon Host theme. So, I want to thank you all for joining me. You are cordially invited to join this channel. Please select the subscribe button below and RSVP in the comments. So, until next time, I wish you all a good night and buenas noches and oyasumi nasai.